I'm stacking Eisenhower's. Deceased presidents in the wall in my residence as I increase.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Niners and the Seahawks, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
From the home of the 12s, they raised the banner just a moment ago. We are set for football at Lumen Field here a mile south of downtown Seattle. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going.
And off we go from Seattle.
Coming out of the end zone, D. Eskridge. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Right out of the gates, here's Smith.
Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
Now Geno on first down.
That's complete to DK Metcalf.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 47-yard line.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
And some room to run now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And now he appears to be in some pain. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, here's Smith. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Geno. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Geno now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
On 1st down, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, like habits, we can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And This will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. A quick throw out to Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Play action. It's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Geno. Under pressure, they got him again. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now 3rd down. The target incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And how about this, a fake? And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
4th and short in this part of the field. You just notice special teams coordinators rallying the team saying, watch the fake, but Brandon, don't they usually say that on every punting situation?
Oh, yeah, they can be up 40 in the 4th quarter. They scream that every time.
And this time, though, his team locked in, and they were well aware that it truly was a situation that they could fake it, and they were ready for it and stopped it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Automatic 1st down.
Motion to the left with Jennings. He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second and a couple. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action, now Purdy. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Purdy from the gun. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's interesting how we label routes. You know, some people might call this a hitch. For me, a hitch is a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage, about 1 to 3 yards deep. A lot of people might call this a dig route, going this deep on a 3rd and 7 to pick up the first down. Others just call it a stick route. Get to the right point, stick in that spot.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Purdy looking to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Purdy. And that went to the right side and incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Smith. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Now it's Smith. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Purdy. And it's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing here, Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. It was a strong first half for the former Spartan, Kenneth Walker. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taylor now will return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point, because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Purdy now to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That is caught. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play, because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On first down, Purdy. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. They go play action here. Purdy to the right side and complete to Thomas. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
I love the drive they're working on here, because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Touchdown 49ers! Christian McCaffrey from 6 yards away. And the 49ers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it's finished off by a receiving touchdown from Christian McCaffrey. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And able to get this out to the 25.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for the Seahawks. First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try to find some targets in the open field downfield.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fielded at the 20. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At their own 26.
And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's caught downfield by Kittle.
Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. And keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
You want to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle, the guys they call the defensive ends, are usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just run them and hit.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So decision time now because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the point.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? Well, this one wasn't sleeping. Maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now. They stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at their own 21. Now Geno.
Oh, he tries to give it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
At the 28-yard line.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Running left, here's Mitchell. And Mitchell going to have a 49ers 1st down as he's brought down at the 16.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second and 5. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. That's caught out right by Jennings. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he will have a Niners first down. And that ought to be the one that seals the victory. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game. But, hey, they got enough points to get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win. And in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.